Imperator of the Order of St. John's. Prince Charles is the head of the Order of the Garter, 33rd degree, the Queen's counterpart. The Pope of Rome is the 33rd degree Grand Master of the Knights of Malta and the P2 Lodges of Europe. More coming up on Babylon on AM 640, Toronto Radio. It's space. This is A View from Space.
Extreme radio for extreme times. This is A View from Space with the Spaceman. AM 640, Toronto Radio.
I'm Space. This is A View from Space on AM 640, Toronto Radio. Just going over some descriptions of Babylon that pretty well center, pretty well. They precisely target the United States of America as Babylon. It is not a system. It's got a few different titles. And I was just talking about us, Canada. We are under the monarchy, and America gets her marching orders from them also. As a matter of fact, the Round Table, who are directing this Merovingian dream of a one-world government, an Avalon, a one kingdom with their bloodline seated on the throne, are the ones who are planning this entire Middle East extravaganza that's unfolding before yours and my eyes. And as I was just mentioning, the Queen of England is a 33rd degree Imperator of the Order of St. John's. Prince Charles is the head of the Order of the Garter, 33rd degree. The Queen's counterpart, the Pope of Rome, is the 33rd degree Grand Master of the Knights of Malta and the P2 Lodges of Europe. What do you think you're looking at when you look at the Pope in his garb? Everything he's wearing is based on the Luciferian mystery, religions, and Freemasonry. His whole Pope dress is in reverence to the sun god Lucifer. England's daughter, America, was birthed on Christian principles. She was supposed to be a fulfiller of God's own heritage. But the Constitution of the United States and her guiding principles were founded upon the Bible and the God of the Bible. But right from the outset, Luciferians infiltrated, planned the eventual takeover from within America and eventually the destruction of God's own heritage. By heritage, meaning a place where God would fulfill his covenants and promises, like he did with Abraham. All through the text, there's this implication that this is all done totally unaware to the general population. Americans did not realize that there were 52 Luciferians who signed the Constitution of the United States, Freemasons, Illuminati members. At America, Babylon's end, God is going to cast judgment on her for this very reason. Now, if you ask the average person on the street what they know about Freemasonry, they'll probably tell you they're a good organization. They do a lot of good for the community, not realizing that these people are in fact doing these good services in the community for their supreme being, the giver of light. According to the New Age movement, that is Lucifer. Who do you think the eye atop the pyramid of the $1 bill represents? God? No, Satan. The guiding principles to the United States have been governed by over 200 years are based on Luciferianism. Almost every single United States president has been a Luciferian. The president right now, George W., is a Luciferian. Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, that sends the ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrushes upon the waters, saying, Go, ye swift messengers, to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from the beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden down, whose land the rivers have spoiled. Now, just who in the world would you like to tell me this is referring to? What land do you know of is shadowing with wings? Listen, I've heard just about every interpretation there is on this chapter of Isaiah, and they've all been kind of stretchy, kind of out there. Very few can rightly interpret this passage as identifying the United States of America. The words scattered and peeled is so obvious. The United States is a nation of scattered or mingled people that is peeled of her trees or timbered. The United States is a land meted out into 52 states and has been trodden down by pollution, waste, over-industrialization. An easy clue is a land the rivers have spoiled. The United States is the richest nation in the world when it comes to her natural resources overall. She's been spoiled by her rivers. A nation that has the largest and the most numerous freshwater rivers and lakes in the world, bar none. Now, you can call yourself a believer, right? Meaning to these last days than any other topic in the Bible, even more than written of Jesus' ministry. He himself spoke at length about the last days. The reason? Prophecy given by the prophets of old and himself to fulfill God's great work. You go to church, go ask your pastor who Isaiah 18 is talking about. He'll say Egypt. Guarantee it. Why? He's programmed. The fact is, he doesn't really know or care. He won't talk about anything that'll jeopardize his safety, his peace of mind, and position. For the harvest, when the bud is perfect, and the sour grape is ripening on the flower, he, Jesus, shall both cut off thy sprigs and pruning hooks, and take away and cut down the branches. They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountain, and to the beasts of the earth. And the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. These two verses are directly talking about what happens to Babylon. After Babylon's destruction, the only things that will not inhabit her are fowls and beasts, birds and animals. It's written throughout Revelation, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel. These fowls and beasts are demons. Nothing living will inhabit Babylon after her destruction. She will be a radioactive hot zone for the next 1,000 years. That's what God is saying. The most important phrase in this verse is afore the harvest. This is before any rapture or Armageddon. Most of the Christianity believes that they'll be raptured out of here before they see any of this. God is very shocked and surprised for the church. Everybody will have a front row center seat to this wrath. America, Babylon will be taken, and the church is going to watch, because a major portion of the church is located in Babylon. It is imperative that you understand Babylon is taken before these events. Everything Isaiah is saying lines up perfectly and in harmony with the rest of the scriptures in Babylon. Son of man, put forth a riddle, and speak a parable unto the house of Israel, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, a great eagle with great wings, long-winged, full of feathers, which had diverse colors, came unto Lebanon, and took the highest branch of the cedar. That's in Ezekiel 17. That's a riddle given by the Lord. It is a parable. It is given to the house of Israel. That's you and I. This is talking future. Or should I say right about now? This text in Ezekiel is relating to us how modern Babylon is formed and birthed. And it's very detailed in the references. He cropped off the top of his twigs and carried it into